Election Day 2015 is just under 3 weeks away, and on Wednesday night, the candidates for First Selectman and Selectman faced off in a debate at Town Hall. Republican Selectman incumbent John Toner and Democratic incumbent Drew Marzullo were first given 6 minutes each to speak to the crowd. Then it was on to the First Selectman debate hosted by the League of Women Voters. Republican incumbent Peter Tessie faced off with Democratic candidate Frank Farricker and petitioner James Riley. Questions were generated by citizens in attendance and covered topics like bike lanes, land preservation, education, and the budget and town spending.
Finding new sources of revenue other than taxes. I have some program ideas that, if implemented, would actually create revenue in a creative way. The creative thinking in the United States has gone down exponentially since the 90s, and we need to do something to turn it around.
I really believe that in the town of Greenwich, we have to get control of our costs. We have done a fantastic job, and our friends on the BET on both sides of the aisle have done a great job of keeping the tax rates to something that me as a realtor, the opportunity to sell to my clients and tell them that, you know, this is a great place to live.
I've had numerous meetings with nonprofit organizations who are facing reductions in resources, donations. That's not happenstance. It's a direct result of migration of people outside of Greenwich, businesses leaving, different types of businesses replacing them. We clearly need to do more to educate those who remain as to the importance of contributing to these not-for-profit who provide essential services to our most vulnerable population.
The candidates also discussed the hot-button issue of soil contamination.
I would not proceed with doing widespread testing in town. I think it's a fool's errand unless you have some meaningful reason or phase one information to validate that. I think as we go forth and we undertake construction projects, we've instituted new practices that exceed a phase one, that go to a high standard, and if a problem is identified, we set forth a plan to address it.
The coastline, the East Coast was a big industrial area. Connecticut was amazing, the active area for several hundred years. We have to deal with the toxins in the ground. I wouldn't suggest looking where we're not working right now because we've got too much on our plate.
No, I don't in any way, shape, or form endorse the idea of letting our kids run around on fields until we're obligated to stick a probe in the ground and find out that we made a really huge mistake. No, absolutely not. We clean our fields, we bite the bullet, we do what we have to do.
In the end, the candidates debated many issues and topics that residents care about in all areas of town government.
People don't know that there's an election going on, and we all have heard that. And I'm so gratified to see all of you here who care about the town of Greenwich and how this town is governed.
Now is not the time to gamble on Greenwich's prized legacy by turning the reins of the First Selectman's office to a volatile hand. Therefore, I ask for your support on November 3rd to continue to serve this beloved town as your chief elected official, putting the interests of Greenwich first.
I'm sitting here because I feel America is the greatest institution, and I don't want to see it pass away.
Stick with the Sentinel for continuing election coverage. Reporting for the Greenwich Sentinel, I'm Taylor Knight.